talk what your pregnancy, and accountability, for talk what's the economy.
Good afternoon and welcome to special / I and Corona update, where they come to you from different radio stations in the country.
Today, the country don't begin the second 3 days nationwide lockdown, and for sake of this large and iron, go to bring to you correct information where you need for know about inside this corona sick and how the people you observe and they take the preventive measures them.
Today, now Sunday, May 3, 2020. / IRN, they bring you 12 hours broadcast every day, where they bring the program come to you this Sunday afternoon. Mina Patricia Ganda.
And Mina Mohamed Basiru Sanusi, and we say good afternoon to the listeners them. Inside the program this evening, we go carry on for ask why another 3-day lockdown and waiting the country want for achieve inside this fight against the coronavirus. And we will look inside the big issue of contact tracing and how for tap the corona sick for letting us spread all about the country.
Members say they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and Africell. The program na special / and IRN Corona update program. Members say you self can be part of the program. Send your text message to the number 077-981-981.
Salone be getting first corona case March 31. From that time to now, as we talk today, we in a method, the country gets 157 cases them all about. And government and in partner them, the Fed will put effort to tap the sick all about the country. Today the country don't begin the second nationwide 3-day lockdown. Why another lockdown? Now one question everybody ask and waiting the country want for achieve inside this corona fete. Now that make inside this even edition, we will start for talk to a senior health person for take we more and know more but waiting the happen inside the fete, and you get plenty of questions then we don't come from morning hours. And in the manager, now the Health Education Division, now the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, we now Harold Thomas. Harold, one for say Cabo, and Kushia forget you inside the special IRN / talk.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Well, Fambul Youssef, we listen to the program, go send you a message to the number 077-981-981. Remember, say, you dey watch we live on Facebook, when the page now www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and Africa. We'll come back and carry on the rest of the program.
The Independent Radio Network, IRN, don't team up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN. The baton we country salon, for make we get level playground. Now I don't enough, for make you know about your country. They give voice to you, man them. They give voice to woman them. All political party them, right across the country. You go na the east, and you go na the west, you go na the north, and you go na the south, say yes to tolerance.
Yes, Fambul, welcome back. You still listen to the Sludge and Iron Corona Talk, where they come to you over 65 radio stations all about the country and the urban radio democracy. Continue to send you message to the number 077-981-981. We will start now with Harold Thomas, where now the manager at the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Harold, plenty of people learn they ask why another nationwide 3 days lockdown. Inside the first one, when become interior out the success challenges that will be get, but another second 3 days lockdown don't create a lot of school of thought for give their own views. Let's first talk why another 3 days national lockdown.
Well, a very important for let we get another lockdown for 3 days, because we all know say the coronavirus in itself is not the move at all. Now people then they move them, and if we get a lockdown, we now 3 days, although it's short, but if it's very effective, it can better pass even we get 2 weeks lockdown, we go relax, we know very effective. Because the aim is we don't want make people actually they move from place to place. And we don't get experience. And from waiting we get from this outbreak, some of the cases we go to other districts where they cause problem this so now people have been travel, especially from the western area to the inside and the. So now that make we feel say it necessary for that we get a complete lockdown where we go, stop movements of people and we go slow down the spread of this particular virus. And in addition, we get people that we will call contacts. That people that will be non-positive, we they get contacts. And the what we call the primary or priority contacts them, we can watch and good one. And if we get this 3 days lockdown, they go help we for every new cases we able for get all them contacts and let we monitor them contacts and because if you look at the trend of the cases that we don't get from now, the 157 cases, most of them, a good number of them, over 90%, 94 or so percent, now people we a link to previous cases. Although we get quite a few where we're not able to establish the transmission chain, although we try to establish them, but most of them linked to cases we already become positive. And we can also use this 3 days for reflect back and say these are a very, very serious occurrence na Salone and not to Salone no more, the world over. And if we self see, because it's not normal for the government say nobody not for common and do for 3 days. So everybody will know say this thing where they happen is very serious and we all for join on for help for fight this. The 3 days also when people in a host, like them programs here on a normal day, some people then can they out and not even get chance for you listen to radio. But now all man in a host, most of the time they're able for listen to radio, watch television, even when with teams and they go out, with sound trucks, they do them street to street announcements. Then go able to forget the message well. And outside people and they gather together, and outside people and they mix, tendency they say we can get spread. But if we get these 3 days and if it's very effective, if people cooperate with we go slow the spread of this in addition to other measures.
Medical people on the advice say 14 days or above not the best, and 3 days now they get much achievement or reflect inside the corona sick. Other countries them across the globe you will see, but in Sierra Leone, will tell you say we country in population over 70% they live by daily earning, so that will make them more difficult. But in health-wise, it's very advisable for other people. Let's discuss more about this. 14 days discussion all around.
Why then can say 14 days? Because when you talk of every disease, we get the period where we call incubation period. What does that mean? Now, from the time where you go down contact or you don't get that sickly, the virus pan yourself, so the time where they show the first sign, it can be between 2 to 14 days. So now that period, now I make most of the time they can take 14 days. Other diseases then they, like cholera, 7 days, Ebola, 21 days, chikungunya, Rift Valley fever, they one ending at 21 days. All they get in period, so we can say that period is good. But let me know say, apart from the 3 days, other measures then now we get inter-district restrictions where they come out one district go to the other without get very good reason. We get curfew from 9 to 6 o'clock in the morning. These are other measures they would take. And even measures and they will say we for use mask in public spaces. All the measures then they put together. Because we're not going to want, keep people in too long in a house because as you say, a lot of other things and they, so from time to time we go they come in with that kind of thing and we assess how these 3 days will do, what we are able to achieve, whether it's good, whether we go revert to other maybe lockdown will be longer periods and all of this. But I know say, by the look of things from our the see and so this time, from even yesterday night is so effective, and I believe say by the end of the 3 days we go able to achieve very very good things. We go help for slow down. I say slow down the spread of the disease.
So how inside these 3 days, what do we go expect to see where we not been seen at the last 3 days?
Well, inside these 3 days, as I say, we go expect for CC movements, we curtail movements from district to district, from place to place, even the way people in the gather together. We don't succeed in that one day. Then anybody where they work on a street safe, you go see say we don't succeed. Because especially Freetown in the western area, one thing they where people and they refuse for doing, government don't get policies in place. They don't put out a public notice say anybody within a public space, if we use face mask, especially cloth face mask, pieces face mask, like the kind we use to. But unfortunately, people and they refuse. I say refuse for use that face mask day. Now western area, because I go Kenema about 2 weeks ago, and almost 80% at that time they complied and they use face masks. You will see old granny, you will see young people in a market area, they all use them. And if you do that, you reduce, in addition to other measures like we see for WhatsApp, social distancing and all, you reduce the way where people go, the disease will move. But unfortunately in Africa, you will see people not use the mask. And when they use them again, some people then go put the mask, they put it in chin, or he put it in forehead, or he drop it at the side, or he pull in nose, or he left in mouth, as he want to talk to person, he drop him for talk to person, let the hear what he say. So that's not too effective use of that mask, you know, they do anything at all. And a very, very important at this stage for make we do the kind thing also. But now, the only thing, if you say you know they use mask at all, fine. But if you don't know you host, where they practice social distance, now the best place you go do, where you not plenty, they will not near and safe for day without mask. But when you go to the public space, you go use mask. So now, people don't need to use mask. If they don't host now, we did not say we go down reduce because corona we get what we call pre-symptomatic. What do we mean by that? Before the person shows sign, then sometimes the virus and they cannot begin they move away, they cough, they sneeze, they talk, they breathe. And asymptomatic, so somebody will not they show sign at all. So, and we see how the thing they go. When we test like 150 people in, at the end of the quarantine, we'll see say something 5 get, or 7 or 10. So which means possibility they say people the way they work on the street so we're not sick. Sometimes you take 100, 200, 300 people, at least one will get them. And if you say they risk your life, or they risk other people, and sometimes you know the one way get you don't know, you spread them to other person. Or one person they back way go spread them to you. Now so this thing they spread. When you go ask person, you go say, this mask you had for wear, you know what they wear them and they able for blow fine. So if you know say all that they not gonna sit. See, don't know send person we go able for wear the mask. These are simple measures they will for take. Because the same people they talk say, waiting government not they do much, or the one they panic not they do much. But one simple instruction we will give say, wear mask for prevent yourself and other people, then they do them. And to me, we not go say people and not get money for buy the mask. Because the mask is on cheap now 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 for your own well body one you go able, because I can see whether I can say new clothes and come, or new polo, or new cap. People can wear them. So why you not go wear that mask the way you get one? You can even tell you can wash them, you left them, it dry in the morning, you still wear them back. But people and still not they use them. So the best thing when people and then are also they reduce. So by then we will realize say by the end of these 3 days, we were able to achieve a lot of things.
Oh, any plan there for improve the mask education? Because even people say doing on a press conference, them learn self the flow. You will see them put under the chin, then will pull on where they want for talk, and so many even the ordinary citizens have get challenged with them. Then the masks that they sell, we don't know when for buy them, who side for buy them, or for wash them. Even the tailors them, we don't know side they store them from. Tell something about the health education inside the mask business.
Okay, for the service with press conference, we know say for now one press brief they get every day at 11 a.m. And the people that working did it, and myself can always did it, now making chair that press conference in it. I'm not say anybody the flout. Nobody know the inside and that we go just drop a mask because if you mistake with it, say you say not for them. But however, this is nothing where people learn for know. And when you wear the mask also, the outside of the mask, you're not for touch them in no circumstance. You're not for touch them at all. Because when you touch them, that outside there, if person call for sneeze or any jams, now they go. So if you want even adjust the mask, you they use the elastic, or the rope within at the side. Now they use for adjust the mask. Even when you want pull, and now they use. But if you mistakenly touch that phone, they use sanitizer or you wash your hand. And the mask, if you have the pieces mask, where you don't soak, you don't sweat there or you soak, you for change them. You wear other one. Now, I'll save them mask here. If you buy mask, we tell us so. One, the mask forgets at least 2 layers. That if a cotton cloth they use for make them, then double them. If they triple them, fine, but then double them. Because when you wear mask, if you light candle, you blow that candle there before you, or then lights are within the lights. You blow them. If you hot, not use that mask, which means breeze they come out, they go out, and they go kind inside back. Something will come inside. So now the simple acid test standing, just hold the candle so you blow. If that candle is hot, not use that mask. But when it gets 2 layers, it's very protective. And Miss SSF, you find out that they use pieces mask. If not, tell us one for me, or I buy and safe. And not just the wear, even if they're plastic, and they go and wash them, I hang them it dry. And when I hang them it dry, I the iron them back. If possible, iron them, because if any jams say, because the soap and water is very, very easy for kill jams. It's very simple. The mask they wear, they say pieces mask, because we don't want for use the hospital mask. Today, I've been there some side with somebody, when a big man, he wear the N95 mask, when are there hospital people and for wear. But are very observant, as he said the person, if they blow fast, even when they talk. After we done that, call him, I say, no, I say this mask, I say remove him. Now I go take 1 pieces mask, because I can always get them masks and they iron them again. I say, well, how you feel? He say, okay. Because now N95 mask, when you wear them, nothing not they come out. No breeze not they come out. No breeze not they go inside. It's good for health worker where they go do in duty sometimes 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Where you remove them. You wear other mask. But if you use that mask there, you know say where they blow. Waiting they come out and do. It's different from waiting the clean oxygen where they get. But because the mask they protect you, now that same air they inside that carbon monoxide, you go do and say sometimes you can just even go off. People then can drive, then get them kind of mask in there. So what you will say, wear the ordinary pieces mask. And the mask back, this mask where then health workers and they wear, we don't want to make people in the wear them. Because when you wear them, you reduce the supply for the health worker. Even if you go buy in a pharmacy, we don't want to make you buy and they like it. Because if we run out of mask, we go still go to them pharmacy, then we'll go buy them for the health workers. But if you begin to wear them, because every day when you wear them, you for change them. Don't say you use 2, 3 for they done. But the pieces mask, even the health workers, if we're in a hospital, in a health setting, a weather, the medical mask. But when they go home, you can wear this ordinary one. It protects you very well against this. And the mask alone, not it protects you 100%. The mask, in addition to other measures like the hand washing, the social distancing, or the physical distancing. Where you stretch your hand, so you stretch your hand, so that person stretch your hand. Well, not for touch. That's now 1 meter or 3 feet. Or, again, the hand washing, as I say, use sanitizer, cough etiquette. Where they cough, you use tissue paper or sneeze. You deposit on a dustbin. You wash your hand, you sanitize your hand. Or you bend your elbow. At the back of your elbow, you sneeze and you cough. Or, again, when you feel sick, they feel fever. They feel like say your body not well. They cough that dry cough. Call 117. All that they put together, plus the mask, is very effective. If we all the practice them, in no time we will begin see them case and they drop. Till we begin get zero.
Our lot go inside equipment now. Plenty people still believe say salon challenging when it comes to do with the test kit, other things that we get for do for let una work then carry on. Not saying doctors then we see also they complain over time on the lack of adequate equipment and for carry out their work. I know one or two allowances don't take place recently with the Ministry of Finance and all, but then gears now one thing what they raise concern on, and even the country they ask about how many test kits we. A lot talk about the equipment of the country get as of now.
Well, we not go boast say we get everything in the world. Even the best of health systems then self-challenge at this particular point for coronavirus. But at least from where we start testing, in fact, Salone before this coronavirus meets we are one of the first countries in Africa who we don't get the test kits. Through the Chinese, counterparts them. Or we they do tests, although then they will not get cases. And even when we begin get cases, we get tests. We get enough for we protocols now we're able for tests. Because we know they do mass testing now. Wait till they test. Who that show signs and symptoms with the test them. Who that in a quarantine when a primary contact, not a secondary, primary or priority contact, we reach 14 days, we they test you. If you're positive, then we carry you in isolation, or if you're negative, you go. Or, if you na person way you with the CC, you don't get signs, even though you not fall in that category, we go test you. And that kits is enough. And we always get kits them because we know say from time to time we they get cargo plane there within the camp, where they replenish with kits, and we they get stock of waiting we get, waiting left. We don't ever get we not get stock out right now for kits. Because now that make we say some people then go say, why we not go test everybody in a salon? That's a good some countries they do down there, but we not go do at this stage because if we do that, we not go manage the kits well. So the kits then for now okay, and we still like we they see the stock where they done, we try to get other one. And even salon, the one they within the laboratory, not to force them with all due respect to them technician, they will be they get lab assistant, lab technician. Now we have laboratory scientists at PhD level, master's level competence. Where did they? At one time, even with viral transport medium, where you take the swab, they put them first, you go keep them. It been done, but they're able for make buffer. Then they use the they get the recipe where they use that the lab. They make buffer where they're able for use till we get them. So then thing and they all for now salon they be end again like a first thing. So going again for equipment or equipment again. Tell me they say salon and one gain ventilator we get. Although we not been get one, we also been get quite a few, But again, we don't get, say in other ventilators then as donation where they don't bring come at the country. So and then now you see where would they say not to all people them where they go to treatment center at a point need ventilator. And ventilator, when sometimes the person not go able for blow for himself, then go get me pushing long small later on and begin get oxygen. Okay, not all the time will they use them. So for that again, we find for now, although we now go both say we get sufficient, other countries themselves they not get sufficient. For the PPEs, the one that will need the PPE in the hospital, they get them, then they use them. And some other people, and they, you know, then they, like yesterday or today, some homes and quarantine places and also, you know, security, and they complain, say they don't get PPEs and all. You, when a security, you don't need that PPE. What you need now, you mask you need. You always wash your hand because you know they go to the red zone. Outside the nurse and they go, or the doctor then they go, or the, even the one where they clean, they go. So, you know, we get for use them thing and they wisely. Because you as security not go wear PPE, full PPE all day. In fact, you're not go able safe because that thing very uncomfortable. The one that when they go inside, when they go, then they went after them can and pull them back, you know, they make sure say they're okay. So for waiting we need them for now, we get them. You know, certain, you know, health facility, then they say need certain levels of PPE, they need PPE in case they get isolation, temporary isolation, just in case. You know, then get cases where them go suspect, where them go put and they will not go near outside the patient and they. But we not go say 100%. No country now, as I talk so, will be 100% equipped. If any country tell you that they not lie. But at least for standard sake, we SSF, we not they do badly at all, but we still need more, and we realize we need for, you know, get more of them things and they, because we don't know when the outbreak will go and how the cases and go dey.
I will go inside quarantine homes then. Most of the quarantine homes then will tell you say the food supply not they come on time, and to an extent and then they pull their own copper for buy. Lot look inside and now, and how as a ministry, the EOC and our other partners then will come together to make sure say they not will get the best of the use forget at their normal life, but inside the quarantine homes they need to forget now basic life, because psychologically they are tortured already, and now you do not get food supply safe now concern.
Yes, we had some minds to go to them people in the within a quarantine place homes because for the person in a quarantine psychologically safe, use safe because you not get to do things like a normal again and all. But again, the side away quarantine place and they, you know, government and then partner then they do and they try for make sure say them people and they then get within they need basic. But like I say, when you don't quarantine, you one something and they, especially the managed quarantine, not to your OCD. So you not go get that comfort where you get na your house. Then they definitely, you know, you not go get not something all what you need where they eat and all. And sometimes and they, you know, so we can get large numbers sometimes and they will move. And you know, for the first day, things are knocking too all right. Sometimes they go outside until and we'll say, oh, the bulb be don't fuse because you know that side away, you know, sometimes and they not be the use them place and they, but with time, you know, they can settle that out for people and everything. But again, I just want to appeal to people and where would they get them complaining? Even right now, before we come, we've been doing a very long meeting where would they look at all them kind of issues and they and would they make sure say as they come, would they address them, you know, would they address them issues and they how then they come. You know, for them at the side and they you know convenient. But sometimes now for the good of others, we go ready for trade a little bit of this inconvenience for the good of others. Because what you they do, not for yourself, you can get corona now, you don't get them. So if they move around, it not go affect you much. But if you say they walk around, now for the person will not get them. You know, so you they restrict your movement for let yourself not spread them, and for let yourself, if you there outside you there, then take care of you, make you know what's by you, make you well. You see how many recoveries them we don't get. We don't get very close to 30 recoveries. And I sure say more day because we don't get 29. So which means if you go early, you go get and then go manage you well and you go become you go come out and do at least you okay. And also when you did a quarantine, you did it if they show signs, then go know and then go get opportunity for test you. And if they test you, not to all my way and test don't sick. So my even when they can't get and the test results say you don't test positive, you say, but nothing not do me. You see? But nothing not do you at that point because sometimes under normal circumstance, your body strong, you been exercise, you been eat well, everything okay, you young. But if you continue for don't mix with person, you they get them. And you find out say when people in the quarantine, who that's not the primary contact, who that's not the secondary contact. Now people are within close. Now people are within leg. You know, I can always talk say, possibly you not leg, you know your enemy, or when you not green, you not go ever be your contact because you know they go near you. So when you dey do that there for say you sacrifice for them at quarantine for all and enough for protect your loved ones and the people the way you like, the people the way you close to. So with the appeal say you know normal because Ebola come we go to a lot of them things in the but today now what we call happily after ever story where people are now remember say yes Ebola mean day we don't go through all this they like today we don't forget them. So with time we go to talk this as history but what do you do for just a little bit that inconvenience small? You know, sometimes the food not come in time, sometimes, you know, you not get enough of what you want and what you want to eat and everything. But it will help you for help other person, you know, for let this thing, this coronavirus business, let we forget about that.
The security in one key sector where we work with inside this COVID-19 threat, but people only raise concern about how some they take couple not the man the quarantine homes and that much. And even the inter-district level, somebody sent message earlier and we don't follow up on that. People still move from one place to another. Then they get passed, they still only wonder how they go approve them pass. Let's look at that. I will never come back to their partners and make sure say then strengthen the way and manner how they man quarantine homes and inter-district movement.
You see, the issue of security or the issue of this pass, you know, the last time what happened, we get this pass, we been get pass, we been give hard copy pass. You know, we not to be electronic passes. When a paper and a card, they put on a motorcar and everything, give body pass. But one thing we'll find out before that lockdown day, the amount of people that will be going at that EOC for pass. Even when you say social distance and then they in a crowd, that they do all kinds of things. And what will be they prevent? They been for military. So now that make we say no, this time let we not use this hard pass. Let we use electronic pass. But you find out say even with this pass, everybody in this country, almost everybody want pass. And if all man get them pass in there, believe you me, need not for lockdown. You know, a lot of people, even myself now, for way them pass in there, even where people are not electronic because some of them sabi me number. You know, and I can always say now, my phone not to me. If I want to make call, I go wait for 30 minutes because I not go on, you know, cut people and call off. People and go they call continuously waiting. I buy one bag gas, I can go offline, you know, for me, granny, you know, how I go get pass. You know, some of them and they, if you get that money for buy one bag gas, you know, so not to normal situation, send that money there, you know, orange money, you granny go get the rest. Or you auntie in house in zinc. You say one by one bundle pan for go there, you need pass. And not is a valid reason. You can send the money, then they sell. Once, apart from the 3 days, when you go now Bombali district or Bo district, inside the district, no lockdown, no day, you can move, shop then can open, you can do some of them things. And I sure say una already in this studio, so right now, not only number this way they work, una they work far more than this one, but now selected few come for do this program. If everybody say they want come where they work, now you know, when a journalist them and all, it will be chaotic and people are not go able. So now that make you see the passes. So taking money and not say that possible because even when you apply, because of your reason and go look you pin, they not give you. Or if you attend in an office, 2 vehicles apply, then we'll say, well, why do I want for this 3 days? I want 10 vehicles.
I will go for Olivier and bring. We'll get plenty of talk on the swab. We don't be a concern. Why after people on died and test them positive and all continue to do to the studios.
Yes, from Olivier just joined with the program now is special /IRN program where we put together for this 3 days lockdown. But as far as we don't care, we take short break and we go definitely come back.
The Independent Radio Network, IRN, don't team up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN. The baton we country salon for make we get level playground. Now I ain't done enough for make you know about your country. They give voice to you, man them. They give voice to woman them. All political party them. Right across the country. You go na the east, and you go na the west, you go na the north, and you go na the south. I say yes to tolerance. We all get we rights. I say no to violence. No mix perfect right a blabber. But we all work together with one word. Cause now so we go help from make Salone. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo.
Family, welcome back from that short music break day where we take the program na special slash IRN program where almost all the radio stations in the country link together right now and we all join in for bring this corona talk to you. We still get Harold with me at the studio. Harold, you don't tell we, but one of the challenge them this mask where people they wear it, another way and fine, some go put on their chin, some go put on their forehead. What's other challenge them day where una don't see inside this fight?
Well, the challenge that we don't see mostly now how people attitude towards the health message where they give people some people they even now is very very concerning or unfortunate for say people and some people and they even all this way they happen then still say they not believe say corona day and anybody will not believe it go difficult for them it go take waiting with the telling or some people then not just want take waiting the health message and not to say not the because a lot of people then get phones in this country and for coronavirus anybody where you call anybody the first thing with the coronavirus they this a lot of messages so then the person say they not hear about corona to me I not go believe because we don't go take tour we don't go outside messages and they small picking one small picking then there's it been so amuse me if they tell him mama not sabi talk if they say mama coronavirus dey o not even sabi talk but for the fact say if they attempt for talk about coronavirus it been very impressed me so much so the message dey but where how people the mindset for take this thing them for take them in good faith because all over the world in fact the last country where not been get coronavirus very very recently they self don't get them so this thing when they say a pandemic now worldwide every country gets them so this one are some of the things in this and other things again how people them when you tell and say una not gather together like yesterday I be the pass after curfew I be late because I be they do me duty they gonna host I see group of young boys them then gather together then near you see upon all what they tell them and one pan no wear mask the one who I see wear mask he been there in forehead so you see some of them thing there and then they always they say waiting government they do or waiting now they do this thing they go up but the I go want to make everybody cooperate with me if we all cooperate we all do waiting the well body people and they tell una this thing here very soon we go put some behind with. So these are some of the challenges because for the one that way they plan this thing then they make a lot of sacrifice. Even the security sector, the soldiers and the police them, the health workers and the other government workers, the NGOs them. We see how then they waiting and they do. Some people them by 6 o'clock they don't go to their house and then they go back till almost o'clock. They don't even know whether holiday day or Sunday day or Friday day. Then they do a lot. But all this with efforts, if we want to make it go, let we achieve. People then for accept, say, coronavirus dey, and what we tell them, and the thing that we tell them, what they tell them, very very simple for us and not to add thing. For use sanitizer if you get a, you know, at. For distance with your company, you know, at. But unfortunately, some people then go see two people in the arguing street, then go crowded. Even they just forget say we dey talk about social distancing. Or two people in the fete, then go there, you talk, you know, them even no one for you. So, but this are some of the things we go make, you know, this thing so it deal with we small. But if everybody, and I don't believe say, when I say for wear mask, this now the government don't put regulation. I don't believe say police now or soldier man and for begin beat people them or for the old people and for that, because now for your own good. If you see wear mask, now for your own good. If they say wash your hand, now for your own good. Social distancing, now for your own good. Even when they cancel today, I see somebody, you know, two people and then so they close together, you know. All the way they talk about this, not to say they don't know. That one day, if they say they don't know, now the message, I don't go any side. I don't go to some village and say, sometimes they also the motorcar, they park, you get for waka. You dey at least see them corona poster then they. Even the language and say, as you dey hear, where they call people them, or then radio station them, then get different languages when they use. But the attitude also is very important for them. We just change the attitude a little bit.
Harold, we get so much around this case 90. You know, so Boku people and they ask now say this case 90 where una don't say it don't run away. Suppose he go and infect people them. Some people and they ask say yes, we know say for protecting human rights and waiting, but it don't reach to the point now where people and they ask say if it don't run away, if not true, una no go possibly if not in picture or in name, so that people then go help for see how we go able for locate them and know the person. It possible?
Yes, it's possible, you know, now a matter of concern. Actually, a lot of things they don't go on for level will get hold of them. They don't know the nets and not to everything, you know, we go explain now.
Okay.
But even if you're not patient, you know, when you jeopardize public security, then again, or you become like, unfortunately, I normally it was a fugitive. But if that person like that, people then, you know, they can do that. Actually, the authorities then can do all they can take for bring and come back, you know. Because much as we even they look at people their own security, incest your own health security, incest it at stake. So you know, not to everything because it's not a security issue. We don't go explain everything, but we do all what we for do for the we go able for get them back.
With the everybody's Madagascar corona herbs, where news they say other countries then they ask for, and to a large extent it will work for them. It possible say una they think of how for something bring and come or una not think say it worth forget them.
Well, any you know when this coronavirus there or any disease, then they do a lot of you know trials. People then can try a lot of things. But when they look at evidence-based things and we scientific, we're not going to do any harm. But then they look into all that one day. If we see say you're not going to do any harm, if we look at say scientifically, it gets some properties and all, you know, a lot of things and because we don't want to put people in danger. And you know, say any drug where people in the use, it will be WHO pre-qualified, so that it not go be harm to people them, it not go cause any problem, or it not go even give person what we call false sense of protection. Because if I mix something and I give you say drink them, you get malaria for lay well, you take them. If you know even if you not do them, you take them with the hope to say your malaria go well. If you get malaria for some certain time, you not get actual thing we go, you know, go kill the parasite from you, you not go live. So we don't want even do that one day. So with the you know, not make we not encourage then thing and they way no with WHO when are the standard when then they advise we on all we now all what they do now then they give we technical backstop. if we then not pre-qualify any medicine, we not go able for use them.
So as the virus done there now, any advice there where you will give family the way they listen, especially where they now host? Because some man can say drink lem, some man go tell you say charm garlic, some man go tell you say drink boku and water. Any of them things then they way you were able for advice say since you then are host now this and this for do.
Well, you for stay very safe within our house, social distancing, physical distancing, hand washing, make sure say if you sick, you they get signs of corona like you they get fever, your body they feel like say your body not well, you they cough that dry cough, you call 117. And again, when you in a house, you forget good nutrition. You for eat balanced diet, you eat fruits, you eat vegetables and all them one and day. Then you free yourself from stress. I know say very stressful for them even when they think of corona. Well, you can talk to, possible na dinner host, or you can call your paddy or your friend them when I talk, when I, call them by phone and I make phone and everything. It will reduce, that stress level they per you. And some of them remedies and when they talk, we not get any evidence base. Because if they say do this, you get vitamin, eat this food, you get vitamin C. Foods are very good for it. But some, sometimes the amount of the properties of them working the inside and they for act as medicine is so minimal that it not go work. And we don't want false sense of protection. You don't take the thing. The only thing why they say prevention. If you go drink lem, you go charm garlic, you go do this. If you get in contact with the coronavirus germs, honestly, you will become infected. So it not going to help you at all. So one thing there, if you know they do if you get any nutritious value, we can take them. We can eat foods, we can do this, we can do that. But the only thing out is prevention.
How old were you look? First, I don't know if we don't work on it now. Now then quarantine homes. If some man go say we don't there 2-3 days. Nobody no can talk to we. We they talk about canceling now. How it don't do for make sure say because like how they talk about stress. Even this run host for some man is very stressful. Anyway, the way una don't try forget and cancel us, yeah, we go able for talk to people, put their mind at ease at least for this period, like when you quarantine them, so they're not in quarantine homes.
We get teams that we attach to quarantine homes. We've been attached to treatment facilities. For that way they talk, we get the psychosocial pillar. We not down in the new work, and we get the mental health nurse system and the psychosocial, people them. We then train for that one. Most of them come out social welfare, the Ministry of Health get to mental nurse system, then get a team. Before this thing, we don't do training for them. We don't do refresher for them. So any team, then get for go. Because even before they do your test, then get for talk to you. Whether you result negative or positive, they get for talk to you back. Though if you get other concerns, apart from the corona, anything happen with you, you need for talk to. They need for talk because if you dey on the back, you na woman, you go need something other person when a woman for talk to, or you na man, you go need person when a man. Sometimes you get other problem not related to corona, where you want talk to that person. We get them services and they will give to the quarantine people and even to the patients.
I will not say you go don't see this post from a senior colleague, Umar Fufana, this incident in Kenema, this classroom, you see this local grass bed, and the same way so a day on top of bench them. Now very big concern, and most people say until you say other areas and they say we get worse situation past than they. Una take on this, and I want for address them.
Before I come here, so we get top management meetings of the pillar leads and all, and somebody when a very senior person back now the EOC travel go Kenema, he go get first-hand information, and even when we did the meeting. Somebody called me back where he sent some pictures them and he be concerned. So that one day we dey take them as first priority. As I dey talk so now, then we'll try for clear that one day very, very soon. But you self know say when anything they happen, we not been get plenty people that really go into quarantine. Now there areas in there. But when it happen for the first term, at least the important thing, then can one separate them. But then they take, serious action right now for waiting happen so make them able to solve.
When I be long opportunity for seeing them pictures and they, as you see them for the very first time, trust me, no matter if you're into position, you dey feel so bad.
Yes, of course. Although we're not able for, we're not going to say we verify, the authenticity of them pictures and the, but they don't take that into consideration. Say them particular side and any other side where we go take, we go take full responsibility for actually make people at least get the standard where they need to get.
The swab result that we can come for be corona-related positive, we also raise some concern. How you want to address them as we go?
What do you mean by this?
Like we get some death case that we then be end up for report. So then say after we they don't die, then cows then sample can prove say then corona positive, but then family members then go tell you say then we get other sick then we're not related to corona.
Yes, of course. Waiting in the one they study medicine. Then get what we call comorbidities. That sickness, different, For instance, person can get coronavirus at the same time he get diabetes, or he get hypertension, or even he been get sore foot, or he get back pain, or other things in the way related. And say when you get other things and they put together, then it can, sometimes and you can need for be managed very well. And when you get one or two of them, then particular sickness in then again you won't risk a little bit high. So that of course we know that for even before corona come, say certain things and the way also we can go where person get corona, like how they say, the other kind of sickness and the way they call non-communicable diseases them, and even the person in age, or even the person the way in nutrition in your business design system, or how strong that person is, and all any disease, for the effect the disease, you need to get certain things them, the person for the in certain everything. So some of them cases and we say no say other conditions and we can call underlying conditions and also been there. So sometimes that person there, if not to be corona safe, for likely, pass away because of all the other causes in there.
Your word of advice as you left inside the studios?
My word of advice right now, let everybody say stay safe. The lockdown, not to for punish anybody, not for we try for put this thing behind we. But I appeal to people, especially in a western area, let we they use pieces mask. Mask where you in a public space, you for use mask. Because when you use the mask in addition to other measures they will say for wash your hand with soap and water, or use sanitizer, or for the social distancing, or where they cough and sneeze, for cough at the back of your elbow, or use tissue paper to wear them, or if you're sick, where they get cough, that dry cough, or you get fever, or if you say your body not well, call 117. All that they put together plus the mask, it will reduce the way this coronavirus sick they spread.
One was say plain thank you. I will Thomas you to the time for joining me inside this large and iron Corona Talk. They come to you over 65 radio stations them all about the country. You will send your message to the number 077-981-981. And remember, say the broadcast from the Radio Democracy, the New Englandville studios, and they're also do online on www.radiodemocracy.sl. They're also do on Facebook. Take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll carry the rest of the program. We're in a Sludge and Iron special Corona Talk inside this 3 days national lockdown.
Planting up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, man. radio network where we they call IRN. The baton we country salon for make we get level playground. Now IRN don't enough for make you know about your country. They give voice to you man them. They give voice to woman them. All political party them. Right across the country. You go na the east, IRN, and you go na the west, IRN, you go na the north, IRN, and you go na the south, IRN. IRN say yes to tolerance. We all get we rights. IRN say no to violence. No mix perfect like the blabber. If we all work together with one word, cause now so we go help for make salon. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Economy and well-body business, quality education, decentralization, with agriculture and infrastructure, energy and power, with social welfare, for human rights, anything but development. Independent Radio Network, IRN, don't team up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN. The baton we country salon for make we get level playground. Now I don't enough for make you know about your country. They give voice to you man them. They give voice to woman them. All political party them. Right across the country. You go na the east, and you go na the west, you go na the north, and you go na the south, say yes to tolerance. We all get we rights. IRN say no to violence. No mix perfect like the blabber. But we all work together with one word. Cause now so we go help for make salon. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo.
In case you just join me, this is not a special program on the coronavirus where they reach you from different radio stations them all about the country. Now the Salone Association of Journalists Large and the Independent Radio Network IRN they bring this program to you as part of the SLAGE Corona Response Initiative.
The fight against the coronavirus don't bring together unions them from all walks of life, including civil society groups them. For sake of that, over 40 civil society groups then don't come together for make one group where they call civil society working group on epidemic and disaster. And we get now the studio, the chairman, we now lawyer Rashid Doumbia for can tell you more and we'll go raise some other issues that we tell. Lawyer Rashid, one will tell you thank you for getting you inside this large and IRN Corona Talk.
Now, thank you. Good evening. I'm glad for the today.
So tell me, give me small background. Waiting prompt now for come together as civil society for making a form this working group here. So.
Yes, I mean a very good question, and well, not so new thing. We don't do the first, monitoring. The first step we get it 3 days lockdown. Well, we idea come against the backdrop of the lesson that we will learn during the Ebola. We find out say during the Ebola, civil society they not really they work together. They were working in silos. On one way they doing their own thing. And now they can create waste in resources and even in ideas. And they show unity, at all, and how much we will for contribute for, help government win the fight. Okay. So this time around we say we don't want to do that kind of thing there. Now I make go see if any report, a civil society report on Ebola, because they not really work together as one. So this time around we sit down and we get a meeting, and over 40 now to 50 civil society then say a good idea, let's form a working group on epidemics and natural disasters for not only they look now at this COVID or perhaps even Ebola, but going forward, any epidemic now will happen or any disaster. Of course, we know Salone almost every year we must get something like a day, and we go now kick up this working group and see how we go contribute in only two way for help government for fight the virus or the disease or the pandemic or epidemic as the case may be, and try for settlement. So now we agree on this, and now we 40 now we come together, top civil society organizations them, and therefore select me for be the national coordinator. We get an executive structure, we get an MOU where we all sign so that we all go come together and do this work. So we get 4 principal objectives then why we exist. One basically now for monitor and document. Okay. Because we realize even now we still get scarcity on documentation regarding the Ebola fight. The only report we go point out right now are the Auditor General report on the Ebola, and that is not good at all. We go lost a lot of lessons learned, seen the way perhaps for them help we today, because they know they in black and white. We think say that like a gap, and this time around we know what will happen again in the future. So everything where they happen now, we are documenting. We don't release the first report on we monitoring observation. We don't make recommendations to government, and we see say they don't take into cognition of many of them recommendations and then implement them now. Okay. We are also doing it as I speak on this one. We don't go observe this morning up till now. We don't put and do in writing. When everything done the 3 days, we will issue out also another report. So
then go bring you to the point now. Salone, one country we used to one of something. Like if we don't monitor the first one, so the second one I will say we don't monitor the first lockdown. It will be the same. Now we not monitor again, but we'll see when I come back. Yes. We can monitor this second. To this national lockdown. Waiting bring one back.
Yes, so that's exactly now a very good thing, because now some people really don't operate down the line for just assume say well things not go different. But interesting this report they come out when we go bring out so many different things that we'll see where perhaps nothing happen during the first lockdown. And that this is unique. It tells we say one, the states they learn a lot of the mistakes and they try for putting mechanism in place for rectify them. And secondly, they show also other new things the way they happen perhaps society they're not still able to forget and correct. So this monitoring where we do at the moment, even this first day, we don't unravel so many few things then way we think say not concern, but also we don't see so many best practices then where we also glad for. So we have to get something very objective and make the government still see the gaps, and perhaps the area then way then they do well also, then go for continue for keep on keeping on, because these are the idea, not for just release the reports, now for also make sure say also we do right, we continue for do so, and also we know they do right, we make adjustments so that at the end of the day we all go win together as a nation.
What are some of the things them way possibly different what una don't see? Because I remember the last lockdown. By now, a whole lot of things to be being get challenges like water, people in the street, crowd in the pass police them from one end to the other, make for disperse them people and they. But now we find out say we not get that issue there. So what are some issues there we crop up this term? We're completely different from the last lockdown.
Okay, so basically what you ask me Nana for loud.
What I don't see
yes,
so far
loud
because
pull the bag, yes.
yeah.
All right, that's good. I will start briefly from some preliminary findings, because we monitoring the focus on pre, during, and after.
Yeah.
So even before the lockdown, we also assess some few things them we may concerning and we want to bring out as well in this report. The first way we highlight now that we noticed yesterday in particular, a lot of problem there in terms of people them where they use Africell money and Orange money.
Okay.
Many people don't be able to transact, and the line they may down, and they may create a lot of problem. There are people now, as I speak to you, not able to send money to the people them at all.
Oh.
Then they get implication.
Okay.
So man, they honestly now through Orange money and Airtel money, then they able for get money from the people them where they especially now free tongue. And because yesterday there was chaos before even the lockdown, people don't be able to send money to them people them, then they will definitely get an impact on. So we will make a commission later on Monday, because let the companies then know say people are depending on these services going forward, and we not for take and light at all when they come to lockdown. If we do everything possible, let the machine and not go down. That's the wrong time then tend for happen, because you get impact. Then we also notice a lot of political tension before the lockdown. The ruling government and the main opposition party get a lot of bitter wranglings, exchange of press releases, and that really good for creating the enabling environment for fight COVID-19. And that also now until we'll capture the report and perhaps make a commission saying going forward, we don't foresee that at all. This fight here we will win them, but we need for win them together. It's about Sierra Leone and nothing else. We also notice a lot of skyrocketing in prices of commodities, especially few days to the lockdown. People in Artin, they want to make profit. Everybody they send them, price them up, and it cause a lot of pain to the ordinary man. We don't also see much at all in terms of restricting price control in the market. And we realize also one other thing where so unfortunate way happened, yesterday, that somebody escaped from isolation center. We learned one of the affected cases, case 90, they on the run at the moment. That they don't create a lot of panic among many people at the moment, because we don't know who's a go boss, and since you are affected already, people currently they afraid on Monday, and we also recommend that the police try as much as possible for capture case 90, because now a menace to the society at the moment. So on the positive side, today, this morning, when we go out, we notice full cooperation, of the masses to stay indoors, especially in the Western area. They sense something really, really strange. They receive noise, as in some areas, them on Monday indoors. Then a good sign. They show say people really, really don't grip the message, say, well, let we day indoors really and see how we're going to break this chain. Yes, it's not easy, but people are cooperating and we should be thankful to them. And also, we also notice orderliness in terms of the way the security people they control, and monitor and enforce, compliance to the lockdown. Before now, the first time lockdown, we noticed them with the beat people and there were a lot of human rights concerns, excessive flogging, illegal arrest and all of that. But this, so far, from the first day to they would see, we not come across any story yet, and we pray say it will be so, say this lockdown door. It shows say this government forces them in a way, they know they learn how for really, enforce compliance in a human rights friendly way. That's all what we have been calling for, and we thank God the way we see them. So far, today, honestly, we will really applaud them. So maybe they were going, in fact, with the people and they treat, they get water, and then they control them. Then they do them in an orderly way. Then they get water. Now, Eastern Police, we go there, we even see the Deputy Minister, of Water Resources. That is a good sign. And water people, they come out to get water in an orderly way, 555, then they go back and they host them. The police is helping out in that.
So
that is exactly something.
Yes,
It's not be huge because it was controlled, and they come 55 and then go back.
Okay.
Then we see the Ministry of Water Resources come and open some boreholes, side people, and they will get water too. These are all the things we've been calling for in our first report, and we thank God we will see them and they happen at the moment. We also see some few organizations on the outside that they shape food to vulnerable people and communities. Of course, also before now, I think 2 days ago, we see also cash transfers to vulnerable groups by the government, and people really don't get some money in their pocket. Although there are challenges, some people still the government will say they're not getting the money at all, but we see evidence say yes, effort was made to give to some vulnerable people some cash and some food stuff for augment them throughout the 3 days lockdown. And one other thing we so interesting, way important for emphasize now the cleaning of the CBD area. Okay. The last time when we come out for monitor, we notice say the CBD area may dirty, bad one. The capital city may really filthy, the markets may filthy. But this time around, we must say kudos to the FCC. We find out say there are people out there with the help for clean. As I speak to you now, then they go all about and they clean the place and the CBD area very, very clean. Because this now a fight about hygiene. If we say we want to defeat corona, we want to think of personal hygiene, but also environmental hygiene. Yeah. And that's another thing where we're glad for, and when we see them, we appreciate so much. But there are a few other challenges. The light, one of them. EDSA, something is wrong. Many people are crying about light. We don't know. We see them now around Brookfields by Stadium. I think a fault there around that area. We see them the type of amend, and really we hope say in the night they go don't fix some more people that will get light, especially in the central part of Freetown. Many people are still not having light in their homes. We not see bakery they open. In the last report, we make recommendations say perhaps it will make sense for less some area them way really get crowd, and we will say say Angie go there boku, make them get bakery they go open for help. At least people can buy quick and go back. We will not sit down there at all.
Pharmacies?
Yes, pharmacy survey. We still look out. We the way one or two cases said pharmacy then open some part of the east, but we need to go there and go confirm as well. Let we know if that's not true. But then the use of face masks. We find out people need to take these things serious at all. Okay. We know they see much of community people and they use face masks. Face masks people use them really, but now more people like the working class people and way like land books more we understand. But the common man, I don't know why. They still not able to use this mask. I don't know if not the inconvenience or whatever, but now something we need to put much more emphasis on, because then they go help greatly for prevent the spread of the virus. Okay. Then social distancing again, I challenge. You see some efforts really in some areas, people and they keep their distance, but in the eastern part of Freetown, I must confess, many people and still they keep coming, and then they in crowd, small crowd, and they in veranda, and this when they come before the compound at the street in crowd, and they watch and see what things happen and forget themselves, and the virus not really like gathering. So we have to do much more in terms of educating people on how for really keep the distance, because now so the virus we go for defeat, and when we keep distance we get we masked on and we make sure say we wash we hand regularly. So these are the few things that we don't find out so far. We still monitor. We get people upline waiting on saying reports it. So we want to know what really they happen.
Yeah, like actually, we want to know what they happen in the provinces from on a working group. They don't send information or when I get for wait.
Yeah, yes. No, I think that later in the night we will get what's in the happen there, because then Boku really we have to coordinate and get them full report. I'm sure by tomorrow we'll come back. We will forgive a clear update on the provinces. But so far, what I talked about relates to the western area and the western urban and western rural.
Let's look at what's in the next step now for on a working group.
Yes. So again, we go put the reports again like we did the first one, and hand that over to the EOC Secretariat, the Ministry of Health, and also, of course, the Office of the President. And we want to make this very clear that the Office of President, we received a letter recently from them. We thank you so much for setting up this civil society working group. And the government, the President himself, in the letter was referenced that he appreciates this initiative and that they will continue for work together and help for complement the effort of governments through the existing structures. We thank the President for that acknowledgement. They should say yes, civil society is welcome in this fight, and that is exactly what we want to see government do all the time, because civil society is very key. So we'll hand over this report, and we hope this report also will serve as a stimulus for policy and legal reforms. Because going forward, what will we try for bill? Now, a case say we need to get policies and legal reforms around epidemics and natural disasters. Thankfully, we don't get already in Parliament and a whole act, where they deal with the situation they are. So we hope say the agency will be formed as fast as possible. So we'll get a disaster agency in a way we will work directly with, so that because we now know say Sierra Leone almost every year we must experience either a disaster, a natural disaster, or an epidemic. So now, how do we go forward to making sure we buffer we country and health system in such a way that we will be able to deal with any pending or any potential or future epidemic or natural disaster we go before the country? That's the question we have to ask ourselves when everything done. Because now we don't see, say, nobody need come on here and go inside for healthcare services. Now, this healthcare we get currently, now you get for depend upon if anybody gets problem now, for go and get refuge and solace on. So it will be in our interest going forward that we deal with this and we make a lot of reforms so that the right to health, will become a right in our country. As I speak to you now, not a right. There is no right to health in Sierra Leone. What till we get now social objectives? The constitution not consider health as a right in Salone. In fact, it only put them as a principle of state policy. So in other words, if the government get money, it will roll a policy out. If not get money, it's not bound. So what do we want going forward? Perhaps now for make them a right so that any government will come, go see say if we put money by force into healthcare and build structures. Because if anybody die, when the government will get power for take care of that person, then we forget opportunity for sue the government in court and claim damages for the person and his family. So these are the kind of things we want to be conversing on as we go forward. Because if you're America now, that's all the things they are discussing now is how to make health a right for all. So these are the issues.
COVID-19 exposed a lot of countries in terms of the health sector. Even bigger nations say we feel like powerful past alone. Don't show the health sector. You're left with now within a very digital age, and most people not see on our first report. Access to information is very key, as you always say. And most of the time you rightly say you don't highlight to. In journalism, you find for you get a first-hand information or get a video, a picture, evidence about this. How do I want for go digital inside this working group?
Yes, so we report there as well now. It now we Facebook page, it now we WhatsApp page, it on soft copy. We share in many forums them, and again we'll do the same thing. After we publish this other second, phase of a report, we go put them back online. We go put in our WhatsApp group, our Facebook page, and we go share on our other WhatsApp program forums them. The soft copy. Then the hard copy, of course, go also there. Now we office 89 4th Street, legal linking the office of the house currently the consortium, and we go also send them to the Ministry of Health and the EOC Secretariat as a documentary evidence on fact finding where civil society organization them unravel during during and after the lockdown.
I'm not going to make use of the radio because until they're ready are the fastest means of communication as alone.
Yes,
because me in a village you don't get access to WhatsApp.
Yes, I agree. Even when we released the first one, we kind of doing IRN review. We talk about time, we go on television, we talk about time. We count with 25 recommendations, 25. And one of the recommendation that way perhaps we also emphasize and have to emphasize again now for make Salone, pass a law where I will call the Defense Production Act. what in that law they go do? The law basically then America, so many countries that across the world get anyway, America get and you don't help America greatly. Now the law where they make the government they for compel all them private businesses then waiting at the country at the time for produce the kind of commodity or item or things that way government need in an emergency for address the emergency. So for example now, if that law made day, government for just say, okay, well, Africell, Airtel, Natcom, whatever, you know, make sure say you know, produce, mask them at the moment. It will compel perhaps other business people in way like you know, other company in the way big in the country say, okay, no, you know, stop all in our work when I do right now, you know, produce for PPs, all right, so that we will get enough in the country for deal with this crisis. They call it Defense Production Act. Now, law is good. If you not there, now government go do everything, and government will do everything because of the media resources.
Now the best one, the public-private partnership gets involved.
We will
Yes,
definitely
yes.
there for each day,
Yes.
Lawyer Rashid. But then one thing we Anaya you mentioned, the last 3 days, by the end of the first day, we don't get a lot of calls. People and they call 117 to the point that they get for release 3 other numbers.
Yes.
Because people they call the 117, they know they get ambulance woman, they don't get access. What I mean, they in labor for get ambulance. As soon as they go around and I see anything on any of that sort of thing there as at now,
Yes. So
any improvement.
yes. So the area the way we go, really we now sit down there it,
Okay.
and we see a lot of ambulance them out.
Okay.
You know, and Red Cross vehicles them out.
Okay.
You know, of course, we read a lot of sirens there as well. So it's possible, say, maybe people in the call and they can't take them.
Okay.
But we now see okay, complain it. We hope say it will be so in the province. It will be this way also in the provinces. Maybe throughout the night because now the more the challenge can happen, then area then at the provinces those type hospital they far away and people then get sick or pregnant and everything will happen. But we will get reports basically this net on that day.
Okay.
But so far in the western area and the western rural we monitor this morning and this afternoon we not really that complaint at the moment.
Then last lockdown, I been do food. I know you mentioned that.
Yes. Well, yes.
Not feed
No,
the homeless
no.
and the destitute.
We have to say this. You know, we write to government. You know, the other day even the president tell the so kind of speech say give money to some ministries them when they work with CSOs them. But we don't know what they happen. We don't write,
So
we
not
not get
access to funds.
yes, so we not get access. We really write for let them give you some money so that we go and distribute. But unfortunately, we not get. So what we do this time around, we they try for really partner with other people them where get money and food at the moment. We don't.
Okay.
We reach out to Don Bosco. We land say WFP give them some money for food for shape. So we go partner with them,
Okay.
and then we go do a lot of also monitoring tomorrow. Now the isolation center, the quarantine area, the one was see no more with all the security measures there, then whether in fact then they get all the things the way government they say they forget. Because we learn say people and they escape. So we want to know what thing they cause this. How come this is a so way we know they don't create a lot of problem for we this case 90
Yeah.
where escape na quarantine. You know, and it go cause trouble now to one person, and then they all have the count on the police. From police, then try and go court, then deny and bail. They go there, they go infect people, and we know everything. It creates a whole problem for the judiciary at the moment. 1 month, you know, we all day, we know they go na court at the moment, and then they can't go now na action center. Then all of a sudden back, you don't come out, you don't escape. We think now, what kind of mistakes the boy also get? We think say the police for go after this man and for catch him, and in fact, they don't commit an act of offense, you know, and for be deal with him because we don't know really which side don't go now and how you will spread this virus. So we think say security in these quarantine areas now something where we want to go monitor tomorrow. So tomorrow they're going to almost all the quarantine places there and go see how the security they do because we think say if then not be done properly, they are all going to affect the community and help for discourage people them in this fight and even put we all at risk. So we want to go look at them and so yes, I true say this second lockdown will not get enough money really for give people them and for help communities them, but we will do it in the only two way, but still continue. And we hope say anything now will go to happen, government will consider civil society and then go give you some money. This is not the working group of 40 society that we don't come together. Now the best place for give money. Let we go now communities then we people don't go for rich easily. And let we go there with the sacrifice. We don't come on. I don't now say well we now what a man then, but in the when for now we want to serve the country. So we don't even care about our lives there anymore. We want to go out there and just be a blessing. So we go look for anybody who want to be a blessing to people them for use we as channels, and we will be grateful.
All right, plenty thank you, Lawyer Rashid Dumbuya, Naina, the chairperson for a civil society working group. When I get over 40 members, right?
Yes, 40 civil organizations.
Yes, so we hope say you will come back because I shall say tomorrow.
Yes.
When I get a whole lot of
it
things
will bring
that
more
we
bits.
don't
You don't
see,
say Lawyer Rashid
you know,
when if the see, then go come and can tell you more.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you very much for taking your time and we wish you well.
Yes, thank you. God bless Sierra Leone.
Well,
Amen.
fam will carry on for send you message to the number 077981981 and you still listening to the Sludge and Iron special Corona Talk where they come to you with over 65 radio stations them all about the country with the broadcast live from Radio Democracy, the New England Vince Studios, and we're live on Facebook with Radio Democracy. So go for a quick break and we'll come right back and carry out the rest of the program.
Don't up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN, the baton we country salon, for make we get level playground. Now IRN don't enough, for make you know what you country. They give voice to you man them, they give voice to woman them, all political party them, right across the country. You go to the east, IRN, and you go to the west, IRN, you go to the north, IRN, and you go to the south, IRN. IRN say yes to tolerance, we all get we rights. IRN say no to violence. No mix perfect like a blabber. If we all work together with one word, cause now so we go help for make salon. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. Economy and well-body business, quality education, decentralization, with agriculture and infrastructure, energy and power, with social welfare, for human rights, anything but development. The Independent Radio Network, IRN, don't team up king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. Brother, sister, mama, papa, unayelio. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN, the baton we country salon, for make we get level playground. Now I don't enough, for make you know what you country. They give voice to you man them, they give voice to woman them, all political party them, at the south. IRN say yes to tolerance. We all get we rights. IRN say no to violence. No mix perfect like a blabber. But we all work together with one word. Cause now so we go help for make Salone. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. The economy and well-body business, quality education, decentralization, with agriculture and infrastructure, energy and power, with social welfare, for human rights, anything but development.
Good evening and welcome to the special Sludge IRN Corona update, where they come to you from different radio stations them in the country.
Today, the country don't begin the second edition of the 3 days national lockdown, and we did inside the one. Sludge IRN don't decide for bringing to no correct information where you need for know about the corona sick, all about the country, and same so the preventive measures them.
Today, na Sunday, May 3, 2020, Sludge IRN, they bring you 12 hours broadcast every day. Where they bring the program come to you this Sunday evening time, me na Patricia Ganda.
And me na Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. Inside the program today, we be done talk to Harold Thomas from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Also, we don't talk to lawyer Rashid Dumbuya. They come out from the civil society group where they talk about disaster and also epidemic all about the country. And we also be asked several questions why another 3 days lockdown and waiting the country gets to achieve and waiting then as society self don't they watch and see. As always, you will be part of the program. Carry on for sending you message to the number 077-981-981.
And don't forget, say they listen to it and watch we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and AfriCell. Let we go out and find out how this day one of the 3 days lockdown they go. We first go get Ibrahim Jacob Sharif from Kenema.
Today is the first day for the 3 days nationwide lockdown where the president began for pronounced few days back. Kenema na the regional headquarters town for Eastern region, and they na the center of Kenema as at the report. Inside today Kenema began for look calm because everybody they na the various home them. As the rule of the lockdown now for lay you sit on now you host as we get the medical people themselves way they say then get the duties and where they perform inside this 3 days lockdown. Kenema begin for look today calm. Some parts of Kenema we begin for move there and see people self they move from one house to the other. Where when we try to get onto the authorities themselves, na them particular communities themselves, they get for tell we say that's na the challenge we then get. But when they also get in touch with the people them, they say the people them they get for tell them say na water they go for go find na the neighbor house them. Well, water business na the challenge that we also be get for face inside the first lockdown where the president be get for pronounce. Where some parts of Kenya myself nobody they also get water. Even though lights na be the other thing that way they be also be the grumble about. But inside this present 3 days lockdown, the water now the key thing is where they say people they also raise dissatisfaction over. So we begin for talk to the people themselves, in other communities, and begin for tell we say it don't take some days even before the lockdown. They're not able to get water. So inside this lockdown, we few water don't begin to come now some communities them. They also they decide for go now the neighbor housing for go take water from the neighbor housing. Now be one of the things that way the securities and also they face with the people them. We now be one of the challenge that way the security be the face with the people them. Then say they always be they go meet them people them in a long line and the people they not be they observe social distancing. So that's why they get for also make way the police them they stop them for let them know how able for get water because they plenty na one side. Well, the authorities them also tell we say this is the first day, so the challenges they get for come up, but they also go see how best they will also see for say their particular challenges them they handle them. We come to the center of Kenema. Some parts of Kenema yesterday when be the eve of the 3 days lockdown. We begin to get reports from the constituents them na Kenema say they will also experience some thief man them begin for go na some houses them last night so they be go thief day. But they be try for come make report this particular morning, but the lockdown not be able to give them the way for come na the center police station for come make reports there. So they begin for say that's na then you challenge they also where they face now some center parts of Kenema. The questions where plenty of them citizens themselves they ask now that the coffee they start from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. And on the eve of the lockdown, they begin for get them thief man them. That's now the question where they ask, they say how comes? How waiting at the security tightness for them na Kenema, how the security business na Kenema. We be try to get onto the police where the police begin for tell we say that that's not the challenge we then get because when they say the 3 days lockdown, not only for the center of Kenema, but also their crossing point them where they come na the township of Kenema, they need for handle their particular side them. And also the border crossing points, they don't send plenty security personnel and they for that they able also come their particular side and they for let people not get access inside the country. The bigger for say that self don't bring come challenges themselves inside the security side na the region. So, but they be careful assure the people of Kenema say that don't happen yesterday. If not, because they're not able to get any report today about any thief man, but they're not able to say people them lie because today na lockdown. People are not able to go to the station say for go make reports. They also be careful go to the government hospital inside the 3 days lockdown. The government hospital be they experience one thing where patient they be afraid for go to the hospital even when they get other sickness and self way not relate to the COVID-19. Where we begin for go to the government hospital, where we begin for talk to the health people then. Well, they begin for tell we say that inside the 3 days lockdown, the first 3 days lockdown, the awareness not be there how the people self forget trust in the government hospital. But the kind of awareness we don't raise now, the people can don't begin to go to the government hospital. And even this inside this 3 days lockdown, people can also call na the hospital when they feel sick. Where they say na sick that way they not relate to even the COVID-19. And even if na symptoms and when they relate to COVID-19, they say they can also call na the government hospital. And people can normally go na the government hospital, even until this point in time where they talk to the people at the country. So they be careful assure the people them say that the government hospital now is safe aside, let people not hide away from the hospital. As the health is very important. Now myself, then as health practitioners themselves, they also find it difficult for get to the government hospital, but they can also try as hard as possible for letting go to the hospital so that they will attend to the people them. We talk to the chief themselves, where based in authorities them, where then different